What if I told you the person you assume is broke actually has a 7-figure net worth, and the guy leasing the Porsche, wearing the Rolex, and posting vacation reels might be drowning in debt? This isn't a guess. It's the result of a massive, decades-long research project by economists Thomas J. Stanley and W. D. Danko. Their book, The Millionaire Next Door, completely overturned how we think about wealth, status, and financial independence. In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down the book chapter by chapter, giving you the exact frameworks, real examples from their research, and a step-by-step blueprint you can apply today. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Wealth Illusion. Stanley and Danko started with a simple question. What do actual millionaires look like? They surveyed thousands of high-net-worth households and found a shocking pattern. Most millionaires don't live in Beverly Hills. They don't drive new luxury cars. And they certainly aren't posting their bank statements online. Book example. The researchers contrasted two professionals. One was a high-income physician earning over $300,000 a year. He drove a brand-new Mercedes, lived in a large home, and belonged to an exclusive country club. His net worth? Practically zero. The other was a self-employed manufacturing business owner earning $85,000. He drove a 6-year-old Ford, lived in a modest 3-bedroom house, and tracked his spending meticulously. His net worth? Over $1.5 million. The lesson? Income is what you make. Wealth is what you keep. And society trains us to confuse the two. Chapter 2. The 7 Common Denominators of Millionaires. This chapter is where the rubber meets the road. The authors identified 7 common characteristics that most millionaires share. Let's break them down. The 7 characteristics of millionaires. 1. Live well below your means. This is the absolute cornerstone. They spend less than they earn, consistently. 2. Allocate your time and energy to building wealth. Their time is a valuable asset, and they invest it wisely in income-producing activities or personal development. 3. Believe financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. They prioritize financial freedom over the latest luxury goods. 4. Have attained financial independence. This is their goal, and their actions are aligned with achieving it. 5. Are often economic outlaws. This doesn't mean they break the law, but they often resist societal pressures to conform to extravagant spending habits. 6. Are productively engaged in or retired from business ownership. Many millionaires built their wealth through entrepreneurship. 7. Are the first generation in their families to become wealthy. This highlights that wealth building is often a learned behavior, not an inherited advantage. Book example. When asked what made them wealthy, over 90% of millionaires didn't say luck, inheritance, or a high-paying job. They said discipline, frugality, and consistent investing. Many ran boring businesses: pest control, paving, welding, wholesale distribution. They didn't chase prestige. They chased profit margins, reinvested, and avoided lifestyle inflation. Notice something? None of these require a Wall Street bonus. They require behavior. Chapter 3. The Habits of the Wealthy. Building on those characteristics, this chapter delves into the daily habits that fuel wealth accumulation. It's less about what they do on a grand scale and more about the consistent, small actions. Key habits. 1. Budgeting and financial planning. They know where their money is going. They track expenses and plan for the future. 2. Consistent saving and investing. They make saving and investing a non-negotiable part of their financial lives. 3. Avoiding consumer debt. High-interest debt is a wealth killer. They prioritize paying off debt and avoiding it where possible. 4. Focus on value, not price. They look for quality and long-term value, not just the cheapest option. 5. Continuous learning. They are lifelong learners, always seeking to improve their knowledge and skills, especially in financial matters. Book example. The researchers found that millionaires were significantly less likely than non-millionaires to wear luxury watches, buy new designer clothing, or lease vehicles. In fact, over half of the millionaires surveyed had never spent more than $100 on a suit. Meanwhile, Under Accumulators of Wealth, UAWs, routinely spent 30 to 50% more on clothes, cars, and entertainment than their actual net worth could justify. Stanley's data shows a brutal truth. Every dollar spent on looking rich is a dollar stolen from becoming rich. The millionaires next door know this. They drive used cars, buy quality but unbranded goods, and let their compound interest do the flexing. Chapter 4. The Role of Income and Occupation. This chapter tackles a common misconception, that high income automatically equals wealth. Stanley and Danko show that while income is important, it's you manage it that truly matters. Income versus wealth. 1. High earners versus high implements. They differentiate between people who earn a lot but spend it all, high earners, and those who earn moderately but save and invest diligently, high implements. 2. The power of frugality. Even with a high income, excessive spending can prevent wealth accumulation. Frugality is key regardless of income level. 3. Entrepreneurship as a wealth creator. While not the path, owning a business often provides the greatest potential for wealth creation due to control and scalability. Book example. If you're 40 years old and make $100,000, your expected net worth should be $400,000. If you're below that, you're an under accumulator. If you're double or triple it, you're a prodigious accumulator of wealth, PAW. The millionaires in the book weren't frugal by accident. They budgeted intentionally. They tracked expenses, negotiated prices, bought wholesale, avoided high-interest debt, and automated investing. One self-made millionaire kept a simple ledger for 30 years, reviewing it monthly. He didn't track pennies to deprive himself. He tracked them so his money could multiply. Frugality, in their framework, is the gap between income and ego. Protect that gap and wealth follows. Chapter 5. The Importance of Discipline and Sacrifice. Becoming a millionaire isn't usually a fairy tale. It often requires making difficult choices and delaying gratification. This chapter emphasizes the discipline and sacrifice involved. Discipline and sacrifice. 1. Delayed gratification. The ability to forego immediate pleasures for future rewards is crucial. 2. Resisting peer pressure. They don't succumb to the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. 3. Prioritizing long-term goals. They keep their eyes on the prize of financial independence, even when it means saying no to tempting purchases. 4. The sacrifice gap. The difference between what they are spending and what they want to spend. This gap is where wealth is built. Book example. The researchers compared two wealthy families. Family A paid for their adult kids' cars, vacations, down payments, and even covered credit card debt. Those kids ended up with lower net worths, higher spending, and zero financial discipline. Family B taught budgeting, required matching savings for big purchases, and only funded education with clear expectations. Those kids became self-sufficient wealth builders. The book's takeaway is clear. Money given without financial education is a liability, not a gift. If you want your kids to stay wealthy, teach them how to build it, not how to spend it. Chapter 6. Investing and Wealth Preservation. Once wealth is accumulated, how do millionaires preserve and grow it? This chapter touches on their investment strategies. Investing strategies. 1. Long-term, diversified investing. They typically invest in a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, and real estate. 2. Low-cost index funds. Many favor low-cost, passively managed index funds for their simplicity and effectiveness. 3. Avoiding speculative investments. They tend to steer clear of hot or speculative investments that carry high risk. 4. Focus on growth and preservation. Their strategy aims for consistent growth while also protecting their accumulated capital. Chapter 7. The Action Blueprint. So, how do you actually apply this today? Here's your 5-step action blueprint straight from the book's research. 1. Calculate your wealth score. Plug your age and income into it. Where do you stand? 2. Audit status spending. Cancel one subscription, downgrade one car payment, or cut one luxury habit. Redirect that money to index funds or a high-yield account. 3. Automate wealth building. Set up automatic transfers the day you get paid. Pay yourself before your lifestyle inflates. 4. Choose boring, profitable paths. You don't need to be a tech founder. Consistent investing in a stable business or career, paired with frugal living, builds real wealth. 5. Teach. Don't subsidize. If you support family, fund education, or match savings. Never enable consumption without teaching accountability. Book example. Recap. The Millionaires Stanley study didn't win lotteries. They didn't have trust funds. They just made consistent, unglamorous choices for 20-30 years. And that's the whole point. The Millionaire Next Door isn't about getting rich quick. It's about staying rich quietly. Wealth isn't a lifestyle, it's a behavior. And the best part? You can start it today, regardless of your income. If this summary helped you, drop a comment below. Are you aiming to be a PAW or just trying to escape UAW status? I read every comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.